I heard in another video that some of y'all apparently like to see cups on screen. This is my cup. This is my coffee. The Night Thresher lived up to its name. As the Nomad banked the Royal Enfield Renegade onto the rain-slicked asphalt of the West End Expressway, the only sound was the hiss of tires cutting through standing water. The electric hybrid motor was a whisper, a ghostly hum that allowed the city's natural cacophony. The distant sirens, the hum of the power grid, the rhythmic thud-thud of the expansion joints to take center stage. He leaned into the turn, his body becoming one with the Bantam matte frame. Behind the white noise respirator, his breathing was a controlled four-count cycle. But beneath the calm, his mind was back in the Hall of Justice. The last meeting. It had been 3 days before the incident on the bridge. The Justice League had been gathered around the obsidian table. Superman had been talking about a disturbance in the dark multiverse, something about the Hands and a cosmic entity named Perpetua. The room was filled with the usual heavy hitters. Wonder Woman, Flash, Arthur. They looked like gods. But Bruce had looked like a man who had seen his own ghost. The Nomad remembered standing in the corner of the room, playing the observer. He had noticed the suspicious details, even then. The way Bruce's hand hovered an inch above the table, never touching it. The way he kept checking the time on a watch that wasn't there. After the meeting, Bruce had cornered him in the hangar. "You're compartmentalizing again," Bruce had said, his voice like gravel. It wasn't a criticism. It was an observation of a shared trait. The Aries in you wants to burn the world to find the truth. The Scorpio wants to bury it. "I'm just doing the work, Bruce," the Nomad had replied. Bruce had looked at him then, and for a fleeting second, the mask had slipped. He had reached into his belt and pulled out a small weighted object, a deck of playing cards, the armor of Christ. "I found these in an evidence locker," Bruce had said, sliding the deck across the workbench. "They belong to a man who believed in a different kind of armor, one that doesn't require Kevlar. Your brother, Chance. He was watching the world too. He told me he'd been listening to that song. I've been watching you. He was thinking about Oakley, about being a father." The Nomad felt the memory tighten his throat. At the time, he thought Bruce was being sentimental, a rare lapse in the great detective's armor. Now, as the Night Thresher sped past the ruins of the Gotham Cathedral, he realized it was a warning. "The hidden hand doesn't move with a fist," Bruce had whispered that night. "It moves with a nudge." A suggestion. If something happens to me, if the partition fails, don't look for the hero. Look for the ledger. The Renegade's HUD flickered. Proximity warning. GCPD cruiser was idling 2 blocks ahead, spotlight sweeping the street. The Nomad didn't brake. He tapped a toggle on the handlebar. The bike's Bantam matte coating absorbed the light, rendering him a hole in the darkness. He drifted past the cruiser like a thought being forgotten. Bruce had known the toxin was coming. He had known the Masons and the lawyers were closing in. He had even known about the hidden hand orchestrating Chance's death, and yet he had walked onto that bridge anyway. Why? The Nomad wondered. Did you think you could outthink the nihilism, Bruce? Did you just want to see if the world was worth a joke that dark? He accelerated, the silent torque of the Renegade pinning him against the seat. The Diamond District was ahead, the high-rise observatories glowing with a sickly artificial light. He wasn't the boy who followed the bat anymore. He was the man who had survived the bat's funeral. He reached down and touched the hilt of the healing blade, feeling the hum of the nth metal through his glove. "I'm still watching, Bruce," he whispered into the white noise of the mask. "And I see everything." He veered off the main road, the Royal Enfield disappearing into an alleyway as he neared the Gentry Foundation. The investigation was over. The hunt was the only thing left.